Go. That's on. May have to turn this up just a. Right, and I believe the Discord's now. All right. All right. Are you ready for the Xerix?
I'm not ready for anything.
Perfect. That's exactly how I want it. Okay. Well, Xerix, you are the only one of your allies to wake up to a broken and distorted acorn-like exterior that has significantly been broken to all hell, as if something repeatedly slammed into it over and over again until the outside crumpled and shattered like glass. But it did its job. It protected you.
Excellent. That was a good acorn.
It was a very good acorn. But the rest of your party members, you realize, are out cold. There are still scars and wounds on each of them. You all have taken only, I believe you were all brought to 1 HP each. I can't remember if I gave a number or if I brought you all to 1 HP. I'm gonna be honest.
I know I'm at 1.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure you're all at 1 HP, even after a technically long rest. You don't know how long you've been asleep here, but long enough for the acorn to actually be vanishing now. So it's been 8 hours.
Time for another nap, I guess.
If you want, you're free to nap again if you want. You want to make it more protective? Do you have anything to do that with?
You know, we'll probably just use some healing spell.
All right. Your amulet begins to activate that's around your neck, and immediately all of your allies except for you get pulled into the neck.
These fuckers are lazy.
How much do you heal yourself by?
I'm trying to figure that out right now. There's so many spells.
There's a lot of spells.
68 plus 7. Wow, that was awful.
Ooh. Would you like to re-roll that? I'll let you roll with advantage.
It's alright.
Alright.
I have a potion too that I'll drink to finish off the rest.
Alright.
Oh, I have 5. That's right.
Yeah, you guys should have quite a few potions.
It's too many dice. It can't land. My screen is angry.
How many did you roll?
10d6.
Oh.
It's just that's a lot.
Oh, the 10d4.
Alright.
Okay, I got you.
Or yeah, 10d4. Excuse me. Okay, I'm done. I chug potion. I heal myself. I feel a little better at least.
The first thing you hear after chugging your potion and semi healing yourself
Hello. You're alive.
Hello.
You're alive. That's wonderful.
Yep. We're somewhere between alive and dead.
It's interesting how the world seems to fold around you, Lurks.
I don't know what you mean.
You will.
At least 2, right? I said at least 2, right? I mean, I guess there's only one thing to do, and that's start walking till you find not barren wasteland. Let's go down from where we're at. That was certainly a choice. Natural 20 for a 23. Eggs? Oh God. You said they're old? I mean, do I have to do anything precarious to get to them? You said they're down in the crevasse. Do they look like any egg I've ever seen? Right. Elvin's kind of the egg guy, dude. How many of them is there? A dirty 20. 3. Sure. If he can help, I'll take help. God damn. Jesus Christ, real. Oh God. Oh Lord, why is there so many eggs? 11. Okay. That would be 17. Oh God. Alright. I'll grab the creepy egg and try and get a better look at it. Ew. God. Why is it squishy? Okay. Uh, is it like stuck? Ew. Yeah, I'll use 2. Ew. Why is it squishy? God. No. What the hell? Listen, buddy. 19. Not you, the spider. Good thing I didn't try and fucking rip its eye out. God damn. Have you heard from old Elben? Oh no.
Okay, I'm loading up his character sheet.
Well, I suppose this thing is aggressive, so we're gonna hit it with sword. It's 28 hit it. That'll be a total of 21, counting the 2d6 psychic. And then I'm gonna swing it. That's a total of 18. It's a total of 30 damage between the 2 hits. Yeah.
Oh god. That's a big ass spider. Did it like trapdoor up out of the ground?
I tugged on
Ah.
top of it. I thought it was an egg.
It didn't like that.
I did not like that.
I did roll 9 on initiative. I'm trying to see what I'm going to do here. Your health okay, Cleric?
Yeah, I drank a potion, healed up a little bit before I got in here. Thank you. Six. Interesting. No, sir. Oh, God. No, sir. Yes. $19. I apologize. It was how much damage? 10.
$28. Oh shit. He kind of changes things slightly. Sorry, I'm trying to find one ability real quick. max. Half. Where? Yep. So if it's 63, what would the half be? What rounded up or something? So 32.
Very nice one.
I could see it coming.
Okay, I suppose I'm going to cast Spirit Guardians. And then I'm going to use a mask feature. I'm going to I think it's 15. Let me double check. Okay.
Magical exoskeletons.
That's interesting.
Hmm.
I'm going to that's not good. That might I mean I can only hold it up for half the time or something. But I'm gonna use the virulent transmission. Hang on. People hollering over TV in the living room.
A dentist?
Let's see. And, but virulent transmission, it allows me to number of times a day equal to my proficiency bonus when casting a spell. Is it all three or one of them? There's 3 bulletins. Oh, it says choose one. Okay. Yes. I'm gonna make the spell's damage become poison. It is literally a visible stench at this point. Like the fumes are getting intense. Like it's almost like the sauna heat.
That is disgusting yet effective, Pandemus.
I was reading one other thing real quick. Okay. So 3d8.
Thank you.
Nice, that was almost max.
Heck yeah, dude.
Five. More poison. Yeah. And I have the poisoner feat, so if they have any kind of resistance, I think that kind of nullifies it. I wasn't sure because they're spiders, you never know.
Seems like spooky magic spiders, though, dude. What do they have resistance to with the crazy exoskeletons? I'm just
9.
eating sandwich.
Oh, sorry. Okay. That's not good.
Hmm.
For my bonus action, could I do the Virulent Benediction on one of them? Or wait, is that the one? That might be what it is. Yes. I want to try to give one the Racking Cough. 13 Constitution. Nice. That is it.
A 19 does hit. Alright, maybe.
That's a miss.
I'm gonna use my my reaction on my paradox to reduce that by 2d10 plus my charisma modifier. So I will reduce that by a total of 20. So what was the total? I apologize. So 24. So I'll take 4. Behind the one that just spit webs at me. What's my breath weapon look like now? Is it the same shape for me? Yeah. Oh god.
It's fine. I can take it. Probably watch it down me. Damn, that's nice.
$19.
30, 20. Oh
It is.
shit. I built like a brick shedder.
Oh shit!
Oh no. I'm gonna take half.
45!
Fuck. What's that, 23 or 22?
Come on, baby.
12. Oh, that's right. 18?
Can I?
Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna end it before it starts hitting me. No. Scratching my armor, spider.
Sorry, Pandemus. That's new.
Very powerful. A couple of my blisters pop.
I will.
You done boiled the juice out of my blisters. I know, force damage, wasn't it? Yeah. You popped them. Straight up.
I'm gonna try and hit the spider right in front of me. You said disadvantage, right? That is a 28 with disadvantage.
God dang.
That is a total of 20 damage with the psychic damage. I will make my second attack at disadvantage. 22. For a total of 23 more damage, including the psychic. And then I will use a charge of my fancy mask here for a mind whip. And I need all 3 spiders to make an intelligence saving throw. Yes. Yep. 15, 21, 29. B and C. A and B. Be 14 plus 2 plus 2. So 18 total psychic damage. And they can only do one thing next turn, the 2 that failed. You get to pick which thing, but it's just one of them. That's it. That's what I got for you.
You need to roll the one before? Or, for the... Wood? Yeah. Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt. I was kind of enamored in what was happening. Alright, here's your heals. 6. Poison. walked away with 1 HP.
I see. Oh, that's right. That's right. I'm gonna write that back. I'm gonna write that down on this paper here. I keep forgetting.
It does.
Three D4. $13 and then 10 on the D4s. Yeah, they are. Let's see. Do a second level healing word of myself. Okay. 27. Before. 21. Not too bad. Wait, was there a 1 in there? Yeah, there was. So if it's 15, I can re-roll those two ones. So let me subtract 2, because I have 15, and then whatever this is. 4 plus 4. Oh, that. There's technically another 1 in there. Do I re-roll it again? I think it just says anytime you roll a 1 when you cast a healing. Let me find it. It's the healer feat. Whenever you roll a die to determine the number of HP you restore with a spell with this feat, battle medic benefit, you can re-roll the die, and if it rolls 1, you must go. And I'm dyslexic. So yeah, so I think it's what it is. I don't think I re-roll it twice. Gotcha. Two. Yep. Okay. Sorry about that. I'm gonna take a swing with the sword at is it B? Yeah, B in front of me.
Be aggressive.
16. Nine. Slashing. Yep, that's all. Oh shit.
Okay.
Sorry, are you off of YouTube?
No, sir.
Yeah.
Fuck. Yep, that hits. $18. I will use my doodad again. And reduce that by 28.
Sure.
I flex at it.
Tank that.
Okay.
Uh-oh. $13. Damn. No. No. Reduced by 3 because heavy armor mastery. Okay. $16. Let's see, what was the damage? Okay. Sweet. Very close. Gotcha. Scroll down here. $13. What? Yes, yes. I looked down at my piece of paper right as you said that.
24 total damage.
Hope the 3d4. I got you.
Oh, does an 18 hit? Oh, okay. Yeah, I am. I'm going to expend a charge off the mask and green flame blade swing at one of the storms. $19. That'll be a total of 18. Oh. I just kind of like spin the sword around. Oh wait, no, I'm using the big scythe now. I'm just stomping them. I'm just fucking stomping them. I'm just a big dragon stomping this swarm of spiders into the dirt, dude. Yeah, yeah. God damn, I hit like a truck. What the fuck?
That was insane.
Yeah, no shit.
I'm gonna take a swing at it. Gotcha. Well, sadly, I think that kind of seals my turn. They're all based on if that hits, sadly.
Yeah.
Unless I want to heal, but um, I actually don't have any in my inventory.
You
I
should
only
have
have a
5.
few poisons.
You should...
Yeah, I'll use one. 94 plus 20. Yeah, yeah. I think it's only for spells, yeah. Let me read it real quick. It says with a spell,
Yeah, I
when you
mean, it
restore
kind of...
HP with a spell, or with the feat's battle medic benefit, which is using a healer's kit.
I'll just kind of tap
Need to
it and
get
see
one
if
of those.
anything happens. Oh, jeez. Deal dealer's choice. I think any of them would help, honestly. Let's go with Ronald, dude. We haven't seen him do anything for a while.
A gentleman appears.
Excellent. $45.
45 up, 44 down. Okay.
Nice. Preach it, brother. Damn. Yeah. Um, 19. Wait. Yeah, 19 meets it, I believe. Yep. Reduced by 3. Okay. You're probably right. Let me see here. Yeah, I'm only immune to disease. I'm resistant to poison and necrotic at the moment. I just have advantage against it. Oh no. Use me? I'll take a swing. Damn. 16? Gotcha. Fair enough. I tried. They're moving out. Or ah, oh yeah. 7. So 2 damage.
I'm still stuck, right?
I'm gonna go grab a drink real quick.
Yeah, I'll bonus action. Is Spider C like on the wall or is he on the ground? Okay. I will bonus action Misty Step behind him. That's okay. And then I will attempt to attack him. Okay. 26 with advantage. That'll be a total of 13 psychic damage. And I'll expend a 3rd level pact slot to Eldritch Smite it for 4 additional d8 damage. Which will be 15 more force damage. $28. And then with my second attack, Cone.
Calm down, sir. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. What the
He really
Okay.
doesn't like spiders.
$52? Jesus. Excellent.
Damn. How am I supposed to follow that? I'm just kidding. I'm gonna... Let's see here. I suppose I'm just gonna take another swing at it.
Come here, you little damn, that was almost an at 20. 18? Okay.
16.
I see.
Good shit, dude. Sweet God. Yes. Okay. Well, I'm not concerned about getting the spider back out of there. I'm not going to lie to you.
Attempting some sort of sounds. That's it. Just like they are screeching loudly. Derek's, it's your turn.
Okay. So I'm gonna fly over here. And then can I like dive bomb this thing, dude? Can I just like fall out of the sky on top of it?
Yeah, on like the swarm. Yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead and make me just an unarmed strike with your booty.
With my booty. 15.
Yeah, you attempt to slam down onto them. You squish a couple of them. Yeah, I'll just roll real quick. 2d6. So you take 7 points of damage. They take 7 points of damage.
I'm okay with this.
Okay, is that it?
No.
Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna land here. Let's just smack him some more, dude.
Okay. Yes, that hits.
24 total.
How would you like to do this?
We're stomping on him again if it's the swarm.
Yeah, it is a swarm. You begin to
Just
stomp on them.
angry stomping. Yeah.
Yeah, you just begin to stomp
refer
on
to
them.
my GIF in the Discord.
As you begin to stomp on them and their squeals go silent, Ronald gets returned back into the safety and combat, for all intents and purposes, is over.
Good job, Pandemus. I'm gonna go over here and see if there's any actual eggs or if they were all eyeballs.
No, there were some actual eggs. It's just none of them are. All of them have been hatched.
Okay.
You do notice now that they have moved where that huge spider was sitting. It was blocking, reflecting. Sorry, not reflecting. My bad. It was essentially blocking a delirium cluster that its body was sitting on.
Oh, what color is that?
Cannot tell because of how deep down it is.
I'll investigate.
Gotta
I'll
have
go
it.
get it.
You know you gotta
Yeah,
have it.
may as well, right? I mean, you never know.
As you get down toward it, you see it is bright orange.
Ooh, I like orange. All right, into the pile. Add it to the horde.
This one is a lot harder to move as it is a cluster affixed to the wall. We'll have to mine it out.
All right.
Go ahead and make me, if you don't have miner's tools or a pickaxe, if you want to use like an improvised weapon like a sword or something, or a bludgeoning weapon, you can. Or your claws, go ahead and let me know which item you would like to use.
Can I try and Eldritch Blast it? Eldritch Blast is worse.
Absolutely, you can attempt to Eldritch Blast. Are you attempting to hit the crystal directly so it like breaks apart, or are you attempting to hit around the crystal?
Yeah, you're kind of trying to hit above it, I think.
Okay.
Weaken that to let it fall forward.
Yeah, go ahead and make me a charisma saving throw to see just like the spray of Eldritch Blast that you just let into this wall. You just go over and over again, over and over, until finally the wall begins to break, and you realize it wasn't a cluster.
Oh, shit.
No, it's bigger.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Okay, this is what I needed.
would have never fucking mined this thing out. Jesus.
It is a geode. Or sorry,
a geode.
it is a geode. A delirium geode is 20 pounds of
Oh
delirium.
my god. So is that smaller than a heart but bigger than a cluster?
A heart is a crystal or a
Okay.
fragment. A crystal is 2 pounds, and a fragment is a fragment's smaller than a chip. So
this is the equivalent in weight to 10 hearts?
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
I will say, like, the hearts that you guys have collected have been just smaller geodes. Like,
Sure.
way smaller. Like, anywhere between 5 to 8 pounds. This one is a solid geode, 20 pounds. Biggest one you've seen.
Why is it just fucking in this rock?
You look at it and you realize it used to be bigger, but it's been fed upon.
Oh. Okay. I'll definitely put it in the bag if I can.
Yeah, you kind of open the bag, and as you do, you see like 3 arms stick out and grab it and pull it into the bag.
What the fuck? I have no idea.
They're like long, 3 long arms that look almost bipedal, like they have 2 different elbows on the arms, and they grab onto them with their long, like sort of like very lanky fingers, and they grab onto the delirium and then pull it in slowly.
Well, I don't want to let that have it.
Okay, what do you want to
If I
do?
try and take it back? If it's not like urgently yoinking it.
No, it's just grabbing it and slowly pulling it in.
Feels more like a warning. I think I'll just hold on to it and
Okay.
see if I have to fight it real hard, I guess.
Okay, yeah, you just kind of like let it pull it in. Or you,
No,
sorry,
I'm trying to keep the thing.
You
and
see
if it is fighting me.
You see it keeps trying to pull it in, and yeah, I'm gonna need you to make a strength save.
I don't like that. Lucky?
Yeah.
I didn't even let that finish rolling. Oh, that's not much better.
No, that's a fail.
Okay. I can re-roll it again because
Okay.
of my fucking tattoo. But God, I don't want to have to.
You also have DM inspiration.
Wow. Sure. Let's do it. That's crazy. What is this?
The dice?
Okay.
The dice
it's
are
gonna
not
happen.
wanting
Yep.
you to take it. Oh
Yep,
my
yeah.
god. Yeah, it just kind of pulls it in.
Okay.
That's it. Pulls it in. And it disappears
what
into the
fuck
bag.
Is that?
You open your bag.
Have you ever seen that Pandemus?
Ah.
Yeah.
You open your
Yeah, I'll
bag,
put
and
a-
there's just a black void there now in your bag of holding. Like normal.
Okay.
But Pandemus, he asks if you've ever seen something like that. Pandemus, you're free to make a history check.
Okay. Let's see. Not my best skill, but we will see. 18.
Pandemus, you have heard something like that before. It was like you remember it from a nursery rhyme. As you sort of remember, this is the nursery rhyme, Pandemus, that you remember, and you're free to sing it, or you can just speak it. It's whatever you would like to do, Pandemus. But I'm gonna send it to you via Discord. There you go.
Well, damn, I wanted to see what happened when I ate a 20-pound chunk of beer.
Your body just
Okay.
ascends. You don't even get to feel the ascension. You're just ascending.
Climb inside. Don't make a sound. The bagman's home is soft and round. He crawls through bags from world to world, with stitched shut eyes and fingers curled. He was a man who hid one night to flee his friends, to flee a fight. He slipped inside a magic sack and never ever made it back. Now he waits in silent gloom, a whisper in the extra room. Leave a bag of holding wide, and he might slip out from inside. If you hear a zipper crack, hang on. If you hear a zipper creak, or feel a cold breath upon your cheek, pray he leaves you something nice, and not your bones wrapped up in ice.
Oh, he leaves things sometimes too, huh? Interesting.
It's an old
Okay, well,
nursery tale.
that's far from the strangest thing we've encountered. Not pleasant, but. So, do you
Yeah.
think I should stop using my bag, or is he just something we have to deal with, Pandemus?
I'll leave that up to you to decide, Panda.
Um, has it seemed like he's been interacting with you?
That's the first instance I've experienced him. I haven't really searched for anything in my bag to see if anything's missing, though. But I mean, it seems kind of like if he wanted it, he would have taken it to begin with, not even let me put it in there. But I mean, can he pull me in? How dangerous is he? Is he? It didn't sound necessarily like he cares to harm people, more to steal shit.
It's just a nursery tale.
Yeah, well,
Scare
everything's got
children.
some merit of truth here, doesn't it?
Pandemus just laughs and continues walking.
I'm gonna reach into the bag and see if I can find any of the shards and stuff that I know are already there.
You reach in,
Like, if I get yoinked, I get yoinked.
and all 28 shards are right there.
Ah,
Hmm,
beautiful. That's a
interesting.
lot. That's a lot of shards.
Yeah. Is that counting the clusters and stuff too? 28's my total, isn't it?
28's your total without the big, huge one.
Right.
Um,
What,
yeah,
what if I try and find that one? Is it gone?
you attempt to find that one. You try to
Yeah.
summon that one. Feel something cold and hard.
Okay. What do you think, Pandemus? Do I try and pull it out?
Sure.
I'll give it a tug and see if there's any resistance. I'm not ripping against it full force
You
or
begin to
anything.
pull it out slowly. And as you do, we're holding a 20-pound chunk of Ethereum.
Is it orange still?
It is bright orange.
Does it look nibbled?
Nope. Other than the spots that you saw before.
Huh. That's interesting. Why would he care to take it if he wasn't going to keep it? Why would he fight me for it nonetheless if he... Whatever, I'll put it back in there. Fuck it. I mean,
Okay.
I don't have any other way to transport shit. If he steals my shit, he steals my shit, I guess.
Put it back in there. And as you do, you feel a hand slap your hand, like giving you a high five.
I'll whisper, "Thank you, Bagman."
Okay. You guys want to go across the floating diagrams?
um,
Floating pentagrams
yeah.
or pentagons?
Yes.
All right.
I will proceed.
As you jump onto the first one,
These are some
Pandemus,
strange stones.
as you jump onto the first floating stone, Pandemus, it immediately begins to sink under your weight.
Oh God.
You have to keep moving and
Yeah.
eventually make it across.
Yeah.
Derek's on the other end just kind of flies across.
Like Fall Guys.
As you guys make it to
True.
here,
You know that game.
as you guys
True.
make it to here, Derek's has already noticed it, but Pandemus, you begin to notice it as well now that you're no longer in the amulet. But you see the imprints of blackened, shadowed bodies that have been burned into the ground like an after image from the explosion that happened.
A lot of potential carriers died.
Nearest one, right here. Here, I'm just gonna actually draw.
Okay.
Here.
Just look like a shadow burned into the ground, you said?
Yes.
Damn.
Freya, will you bring me a strawberry ice cream?
As you sort of look at it, Pandemus, roll me a perception check. 'Cause
Yeah. 26.
you hear something.
Hello? I can hear you. Is there anyone there?
Wearing an instant shadow move a little bit.
Are you alive in there? Xerix, there's someone breathing over here. I don't know if they're okay. They're not responding, but I can hear them.
The shadow?
Yeah.
Do I hear any breathing from the shadow?
You attempt to like listen in, Xerix. You hear something. Not physical sound. More like a mental. They hold something.
Me?
Smell it. Being this close.
I'll tell that to Pandemus. I think there's delirium infused into this shadow. I don't know if it's a person.
You think it's safe to touch? Well, I mean, I'm not really scared of getting contaminated, but I'm just kind of curious.
Pandemus, do you
Like,
think it's safe to
I
touch? I don't know. It's got delirium.
I don't know, but I'm gonna reach out and touch it and see what happens.
As you
I'm
reach
not the
out
delirium
and touch,
expert
as you
this
reach
time.
out and touch the center, sand begins to erupt around you all, looking like this, like a sand twister with a silhouette standing inside of it. And you see it sort of look at you, Xerix, as your hand is outstretched in its sandstorm.
Are you stuck in this place? Why does it linger?
You scream.
We scream because death is the only thing that calls us. But we can't die.
Why?
You can't or won't.
Die. Can't die.
What holds you to this realm?
Because I have a feeling this sword is not enough to ease your suffering.
We have become part of them because of consequences that were brought. We cannot escape our fate. We chose this, but did not know this is what would happen.
What did you become part of? The worm?
No. We are its food source.
Oh shit. And who? I'm sorry. Who is we? Why are you guys his food source?
We were not strong enough to ascend with the rest.
Ah.
We did not want to harm or hurt or destroy. We wanted to prosper.
Okay. Well,
Are there many of you left?
Yes. We were all protected while we slept. We've been woken up. And now it has a buffet.
what do you say, Pandemus?
They seem like they are not very particular to being cannon fodder, so perhaps they would be willing to help guide us through this wicked terrain. Perhaps there's something mutual we could gain out of it.
I'm
Like
sorry.
we could help free them if they can help guide us through here.
Well, I think they said they wish for the best for the worm, right?
Oh,
Even though they're the
I
food.
didn't hear that part.
Did I catch that right?
That's correct.
I see.
Well, I
Then
think
what
that
will be eaten.
that makes us tentatively allies. At least you and I.
You wish the best for them as well.
I'm bound to them in a way. That's why I said tentative.
Yes. We are
When-
forced to live till they come to eat and consume. The time is not near, but it shall be soon.
The feast?
The harvest is coming.
What's the harvest?
When the crops get pulled from their roots.
Oh, the actual harvest.
All you can eat buffet.
We are the appetizer for the worm. Something to hopefully tide it over from devouring the entire realm.
So if it doesn't eat you, he would move straight on to other worlds?
It would move straight on to the other beings and creatures of this world.
Understood.
Then they would be reborn by either the one who waits or the Forsaken. As the dreamer is no longer dreaming, we are awake and cannot make more food for it. There are no more dreamscapes for us.
You're all martyrs. Unsung martyrs. I think I'm saying that word right.
Careful for those who walk in the light of delirium upturned. They have the highest potential for change or manipulation. Either could be true in either direction.
What do you think, Pandemus?
I'm not sure.
So is the area around us calm? Is the sandstorm style thing just kind of what's sustaining his presence in front of us here?
You get the idea that what's sustaining his presence is the delirium that's flowing through him. Sandstorm and the silhouette is like a physical representation of whatever is being projected outward.
Okay. Well, I mean, I can try and set it up, I guess. That's what I kind of what my guy wants to do. I feel like based on Christian's description of he has something I want.
You might be able to show us thing or tell us something. I'm not sure. But it might not be here. Maybe he fears to be heard.
That's probably what it's probably telling me is that's why I'm being drawn to gather delirium. Is because
Or
this
maybe
fucking worm wants it.
it could be like it's unable to even say the things it needs to say because of what's happened to it. I don't know this. This is all just speculation, of course.
You're a very good doctor.
Thank you. I just want to help the living become stronger.
But do the living want to help you?
What happens to me doesn't matter. My fate's already written.
That's such a sad fate.
Luckily, we're not entirely bound by fate, because the three of us, we still get to choose what happens next. The choice is still ours. It's not necessarily written yet. So do you wish to come with us to be in his amulet?
The living can enter the amulet. I am not living.
You want me to? What happens if I try and revivify on this thing?
He may have been dead too long.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot it has timer. You're right.
But you do have power beyond that of a regular caster.
That's
I don't know
true.
what you're talking about.
And there has been a major delirium explosion. There may be some magic lingering in the air.
There's a lot of delirium around you. And in that bag of yours. But my question to you is, would you be willing
On someone other than yourself.
I mean, probably on someone other than myself. Maybe not a random mystery spirit in the fucking desert.
Stark contrast from episode 1 when Zarek saved his crew members on the ship that he harbored.
Yeah, the difference is now I've encountered mysterious chest ruby that tried to kill us and magical space octopus that kept me asleep for 2 years and sort of kind of tried to kill us, but not really though. What do you think, Pandy? You think we try and revivify him and see what happens? Let's do it. Let's try and revivify the ghost. Sand ghost.
Which delirium shard would you like to use?
We'll use one of the necromancy ones since that's what revivify is.
Okay. You pull out a necromantic delirium shard and hold it in your hand and begin to channel the spell Revivify. Feel it coursing through your hand, entering the delirium shard. See the shard glow violently in your hand. And as you begin to push it in your chest, is there anything you would like to say or do?
No. I was seeing if it works.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a charisma.
29.
Damn. Hey, roll me a constitution saving throw. As you feel magic being condensed in the singular area where you're casting Revivify through this necromantic delirium shard.
Oh no, 15.
You feel a blast of energy push you back onto your feet. You take an immediate 20 points of force damage.
Okay.
And you begin to see the sand begins to stop shifting and begins to sort of swirl in the spiral-like fashion. And you begin to see a hand push out from the storm. And you guys begin to hear...
Do I breathe air? Can I feel the ground?
As he takes another step further out, you see a leg press through, and you see sand coating skin as it begins to travel up his body. As the rest of him pushes out from the sandstorm, you look up above you and you begin to see storm clouds appearing above you. Several storm clouds, dark black to like a dark purple to a gray, begin to appear around you. Violently, they begin to have an electrical storm brew around them. No rain, but wind and lightning. Thundering off in the distance, you keep seeing this appearing around you, coiling around you, almost like a snake, the storm. And as he steps out of the sand twister, you see this man wearing a black shawl that covers his body, scrawny. He looks at you with pale white eyes, a gaunt face, a bald head covered in scars, and dried lips as parched as the desert. And he says,
Water.
Am I alive? Do I breathe?
I think so.
How?
Did you say how?
Yes, how?
Magic.
This is amazing.
I can't believe it worked, Pandemus.
you see him begin to cough up sand and just this black mucus spray onto the ground as he continues to hack it up. Who are you? What are you?
Just an adventurer.
Oh, you're no mere adventurer. Very breath. You
Breath.
both do.
What do you mean?
Breath is an ancient, powerful, potent source of magic. Some call it the first magic.
Oh. I had no idea.
You see him stand up, and as he does, you see his shawl kind of goes to one side, and you can see affixed to his chest, like Elben. You see not a ruby, see a gemstone in his chest.
Is it the one that I used to pick him up? Oh shit. That's crazy.
Except it does shift colors.
That's probably good.
You see, from the black on it, you see pale violet with weeping black tears that trail smoke within the crystal. Sort of warps around that color.
That's sick. Alright.
Do I have a name?
Did you have one before you died?
Been a very long time.
I think we shall call you
Dusty.
He can be William, dude.
William Dusty. I do hope I can help you in any way.
I don't know what we would need unless you could guide us to some civilization from here somehow.
We could feel others far away. Not yet. But breathing, talking right now, out. Might we find a better place to rest?
Sure. Let's try and find some place.
Would you allow me to carry you, brother?
Been so
It's
long.
fine.
My feet have actually touched the ground. Feel the dirt. See, as he carves his feet back on the ground, blood dripping from his feet, as the ground that you guys are stepping on is littered with tiny little fragments of delirium fragments stuck into the ground, and they are razor sharp, and every time he touches the ground, it just shreds through his.
Jesus.
Feels wonderful to feel pain.
Oh, a follower of Lovidar.
Now, move. Shall we bring back any others?
I don't think I can do that again, unfortunately.
They understand their role. They are willing to die.
I just have a small slots.
Those
I think I've
slots.
only got one more necromancy shard too.
Sadly,
That's
you
what-
cannot. I
It-
know I'm cleric, but I'm not really built for that.
We don't normally call them spell slots where I'm from.
What do you call?
Breath.
Ah. So it was rather uncommon where you were from for people to possess that ability.
No. Yes. Breath. Ignited in a few. They grew it into a flame. Come into a wildfire. Their breath would be altered. Began to augment.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't know anybody doing that.
I wouldn't recommend it. Most creatures or beings that state for liars, they wish to take your breath.
Interesting.
Oh, it is interesting.
As you guys crest over this elevation, you guys look down and you see a forest area that your guys will be descending into.
Tally ho.
Been so long since I've seen green.
Us too, buddy.
Are you hungry?
Don't know. Oh.
We'll give him a ration. Most certainly.
Just kind of puts it into his mouth and immediately tries to swallow it and begin on it.
No. Under CPR, I'm a doctor. And the Heimlich.
And mouth to mouth. That's a threat.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if I have to.
He begins to eat correctly, and as you guys reach to this jungle, begins to like feel the ground on his feet and say, "Oh, it's wonderful. The earth. Oh, I remember the great end. It was our last dream. Should be a nice place. Unless you wish to keep."
No, we can rest. That's fine.
As the campfire begins to get lit, that's not what I wanted. I
Hopefully
want...
we're not too exposed. We do not have our tiny hut.
What is that?
I mean, I don't know. I'm a cleric. Sorry.
I would be happy to... That new...
Table talk wise, I feel like that would be something Xerix would probably know more akin to than Pandemus.
Maybe. I'm a warlock. Do I get?
I mean, you
access
both
to that?
can, you
I mean,
both
like,
can
what's
roll
your
Arcana.
Arcana. Yeah.
Both can roll
My
Arcana.
Arcana is +4.
You're both
That's what I'm
able...
saying.
Yeah, you both can roll
That's
Arcana.
7.
Okay, so Xerix, you know more. You can give him the
We don't know
general.
much
You
about
can
that
give him
spell, bro.
the most basic general explanation of what tiny hut is. It's in the most basic forms, without reading the spell, going straight off of Dylan's own memory. What is tiny hut?
It's a spell that generates a small, safe room, essentially, for X amount of time.
I see. Like this. You see him exhale out, and a barrier akin to that of tiny hut appears around you all.
Sweet.
Yeah, like that.
For a second, I
Excellent.
thought it was about the magnificent mansion.
That spell was not explained to him.
I know. I was like, off that description, I was like, that might be a mansion, but it's okay.
Can you show me how to do that? That was impressive. You went off a very subpar description.
That is
You mean-
he is a rather quick learner.
You do not have access to all breath.
No.
Is magic so much where you're from that you cannot... All breath users were able to use all magic.
Oh no, it is much more divided here.
How sad.
Some of us have expanded our repertoire a little bit, but
My personal power
is myself, my physical prowess. Anything else I have is from my lord. Praise thee.
Your power comes from the Lord that you follow. Where does yours come
A holy place.
Mine.
Most
Mine.
beautiful. Like me.
Indeed.
Gooey.
Some would say chunky.
Was the question directed at me that time, Mr. Sand Spirit?
Yes, but
Which master for whom do you serve?
Well, I've discovered that I can supply myself with my own power, but I'm currently tied to the worm. Sure. How tall is this person?
as tall as you.
Oh shit, terrifying. Yeah.
As he looks into your eyes. So, funny enough, you and Pandemus are the same height, and so is he. Like, you three are the tallest,
Oh,
other
man.
than Ronald.
We're big boys.
You, Ronald, and Pandemus are the same height, because Ronald's a bugbear.
We are
As
the big boy brigade.
oh, I guess I should also mention, I guess to be fair, Creel is also tall, because he's a Loxodon.
Yeah, he's a Loxodon.
So the shortest one is Elben, and he's normal height, but he is the shortest person. As William looks into your eyes, he there, but clouded. At least you've gained. Looks at Pandemus. Your breath comes. You are not breathing it in, though. You're letting breathe in. Both have the capability.
Interesting.
I don't fully understand the breath.
Like
I
this.
think
You see him beginning to focus, and you see him suck in a big breath, but you, instead of his lungs filling, you feel like an altered sort of wave take over, and it almost like a humming sound to your ears, as you can almost feel him breathe in magic, and then exhale it. Death is magic. It is in everything. The creatures you hunt. The beautiful sky. We used it. We were the first to use breath.
I think we would know this as the weave here.
Maybe that's why it feels so restrictive on you. A blink.
Interesting.
Remove it in order.
How would one
Remove
do
the
that?
weave.
I do not know. It didn't exist when I was around. I do not know what a weave is.
Oh, that's what he just said.
I know of weaves. Made them into blankets and pillows for our village. But I do not know what a magic.
We're on the other side anyway, are we?
Yes. Bodies are you are on the other side, but your bodies are still reacting as if the weave has been hitting you the entire time. You like to attempt to break that? It's like a subconscious thing. It's like when you're dreaming of swimming in the ocean and you know you have to take a breath, but you're only dreaming, so you don't have to take a breath.
I've only ever heard mentions of it, but I don't really know what it is.
The I might be able to help you
spellcaster
breathe.
people like it.
I might be able to help you both breathe. If you want.
I'm willing to try.
Sit with me.
Big sitting.
Sit.
Now, breathe in, out. Over and over. Feel your lungs filling with air, releasing the magic. Keep focusing. Derek, as he begins to do this for you, you begin to realize sort of what he's teaching you, and this feeling kind of takes over of the feeling when you were back in Reconar's room.
Huh.
Feeling that very potent magic.
Interesting.
Breath comes from a living being that ascends even us, beyond even the gods we tried to worship were alive. Breath. Amorphic, non-judgmental. It is neither order or chaos, good or evil. It is just life and death. Breathe in more. I have both of you make a saving throw using your highest stat.
23.
Same.
As you both are
That's
breathing
crazy.
in and out, feel pumped, like magic coursing through your. What is a spell that either of you, if you could cast it, would cast it right?
Your first Pandemus.
Being as we are having like first moment of tranquility Pandemus has had since stepping out of that pod when you guys found him. It's gonna be Wither and Bloom.
Pandemus casts Power Word Kill on himself. All right.
I'm finally free.
Okay. Pandemus.
Because it's a nice moment.
As you release this magic, and it shoots out from you, do you choose yourself to gain?
Yeah.
Second.
What is my hit dice? I
D8s.
think it's a D8. Yeah.
You've got what I like to call the middle of the road classic, dude. The same as me. Well, most of mine.
I'm used to that D6 from Wizard.
I've got one D6.
I guess in old editions it used to be a D4.
Imagine.
So
Goddamn.
I need you to roll a 9d, and then you can regain up to 9d worth of hit die if you have 98.
Take the wheel.
D6. 34. And then what was the second one?
You can, the amount of d6s that you roll, you can choose to use that many hit die if you have that many.
Oh, I see.
To heal yourself. That's what Wither and Bloom does.
Yep.
So
Okay, so
choose
just
however.
roll.
So probably use all but one, so that way you have one for a long rest, so you don't die.
Are you
What'd-
2?
Okay. What'd you get?
Well, I said I'm gonna roll 2d8s.
Okay, go ahead.
But I,
Got 8.
unless do I get to reroll that one? I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, if the healer says it.
So 7 plus 4. Is it
So 11.
plus 5
So it would be
for my passive thing.
no, I think that's only for spells.
Wither and Bloom.
This is a spell. Forgot that. So it is 2 plus 9
Okay.
because it was a 9th level Wither and Bloom.
Damn.
So Xerix,
I'm feeling a little better.
Oh man. So you said this feels similar to when I was training with Rekinar, right?
yes.
Can I just try to kind of pull it in? Hold on to it like she was trying to teach me how to do?
How hard are you trying to like pull it in and grasp onto it? Like trying to like covet it, or are you just trying to just like hold your breath? Are you trying to just like stuff it down so you can keep
Yeah, that's kind of, yeah. Put
Stuff
it
it
on
down?
hold, essentially.
Okay. So as you stuff it down as far as you can, make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh god. 14.
You feel as you're holding it in, it begins to hurt. You hear William say, "Don't fight it. It's okay if it leaves. Only practice." And as you continue to hold it down and you feel it, you feel like you're layering breath on top of breath on top of breath, compacting it, compacting it, compacting it. And you just feel that pain. And you just hold, you hold your hands together as hard as you can,
We'll,
white knuckling.
we'll definitely
hands.
stop. Yeah, we'll definitely stop boxing it if he tells me not to worry about it.
As you do that, you open your hand and you see the beginnings of delirium fragments.
Oh shit.
Tiny little fragments, hardly bigger than a fingernail, but they're there.
Okay. That's terrifying.
Breath is the first magic. What came all of us? You all have it. Breath, what gods feared, what gods want. But it was their first to never. But wished. Mortality's curse have it. And it was new gods that rejected it.
Interesting.
Because of mortality, they're all meant to die.
So that's why the worm wants me to collect the delirium, because it can't use it.
Delirium. If it's that shard that you need. Yes, it is. Gods cannot breath. That power away from.
Yeah, it would appear so. Knowing what I know about mortals, honestly, they probably do.
Well, I will lay down now. Wish to keep practicing.
Noted. Thank you.
And he will begin to fall asleep, just sort of sitting up like a monk.
Long rest? Question mark.
Yeah, you guys get a long rest. The tiny hut lasts for X amount of hours. He was not explained any other parameters of the spell other than that it lasts for X amount of hours.
You said from Dylan's memory.
I know.
That's what I had. I'm sorry.
That's it. That's all he did.
He did what we asked.
So once it reaches the 23rd, or sorry, would actually, it's funny enough, it would reach the 24th hour is when it would go away, because X is the 24th letter of the alphabet.
Fair.
He's probably about to have the first dream he's had in who knows how long.
No, he actually does not dream, and he says that because all he has been doing is dreaming.
Yeah, from the dreamscape.
That's kind of depressing as well. Relatable. I never remember my dreams.
Pandemus, as you slept through the night, you're not visited by your god, but you're visited by other creatures. You are in a room that smells acrid and rotting, disease-ridden, and poisonous to the touch. 3 other members there, each festering with their own diabolical diseases and curses, coursing through their skins and mortal bodies. See them look at you and say, "Come inside."
I will proceed.
We, like you, are avatars of pestilence, decay, and death. You are disease, I assume.
I have been chosen.
You have been chosen. Where the other 3 have failed, we failed. But your lord did not tell you everything. Are you true?
That there were others before.
Are you truly sure you're willing to die for your lord? Can you even be sure that he's the one that brought you back?
It's all I know.
Are you
devoted everything.
Are you willing to hear more?
How many others have come before? How many have they tried to do the same goal that I've been told to do?
We will show you, if you wish to follow our path. We will lead you down the memories of the previous chosen.
Show me.
Understood, Pandemus.
You step through the body of the first avatar of disease and poison, and as you step through the avatar of pestilence, you are brought into a similar void-like space of a creature being revived and of their god speaking to them, telling them that they have been brought back in order to service him.
Giggity. Hello?
I'm here. I'm here. Um, as you step through and see other past plague bearers, each of them being revived, dying, because you see each was made to carry a final version of the final curse, and every one of them failed when they reached the end. Not because the curse was flawed, but because Inkabolas wanted them to fail. Because every time one of these failed vessels died trying to kill a god, the death they almost delivered fed Inkabolas. He grew with every brush of divinity rotted. He tasted fragments of god flesh, corruption of immortal blood. He was never trying to kill the worm. He was just trying to feed off of it.
How do I know the things you tell me are the truth? How do I know that you are who you say you are?
A flash, burning lungs, screaming rot, blood boiling with divine curse, a voice, his voice, but older, whispering.
He made for this, but it was never to end the worm. He wants to eat it.
When this version staggers back, his hand is clutching his throat. He didn't move, and his veins are glowing black for just a moment. You realize, Pandemus, that all of these previous Plagueborns, it's not a vision of a past plague bearer. As their bodies fall out of their cloaks and their similar plague doctor masks fall off their face, Pandemus, you're looking at yourself.
Is this heresy?
You see the one that just fell stand up and get into your face and say, "There is no divine mark."
There's no binding sigil. You're not blessed. You're a vessel.
They show you real divine marks look like, full of resonance, grace. He is the one way. It only takes, it's an infection.
What was the ultimate failure of the ones before me?
You see the first plague bearer. He is the first, they say together, mummified in layers of diseased magic and stone, deep beneath the broken temple, bound in a ritual he recognizes. It is the same one you kept seeing in your dreams. It is the same ritual that Incabolus used on you, Pandemus, when he woke you up. Inside is a seed, the same curse he carries, not a metaphor, a literal divine spore. A cursed proto-heart, still faintly beating. You see carved into the walls.
The worm cannot die while anchored, so he made me the anchor. When I failed, he made another, and another. Now he waits for you to succeed so he may feast.
As you watch, the ancient corpse jaw twitches. In a final wheeze, you hear it croak.
Don't let him eat it.
Do you understand, Pandemus? You carry a fraction of a curse inside of you that was used, or could have been used to kill a god, but it has been split and splintered between multiple different plague bearers that have all been dyed and consumed by him. Or nothing but fragments to him. Nothing but feasts for his body and food for his soul. What say you, Pandemus?
Has this power, these curses, been claimed now? Or do they still cling to your spirit or essence or whatever this is that remains?
They still cling to our decaying bodies here on the far realm.
And is there a way to make the curse whole again?
Yes, you will need to find our bodies. All 10 of us.
How could I possibly find all 10 of you? I don't even know where to begin.
You will.
If what you say is true, I will do what even the Almighty has been too coward to do. The worm will die.
He will know what you are attempting to do when you attempt to drain the first body. And he will be against you from that point on. Are you prepared to lose your god's love?
It doesn't sound like there was ever love to be lost.
Then you must go.
I will find your remains. I'll do what must be done. Even if the Almighty doesn't know what's best for them. It is beneath them to reach.
We will send you to the first Plagueborn of the Black Vein Rot. He is within the Hemorrhage Crypts, beneath a ruined battlefield, where blood still flows on the ground like oil.
Hemorrhage Cliffs.
His curse is the Black Vein Rot. Blood turns to molten iron, but your heart never stops pumping.
Ooh. That sounds excruciating.
It always is.
As long as this vassal's strong enough, I will carry them all.
Once you have all of the curses, all of the diseases, you will be gifted the gift of the true death.
And if the Lord of Pestilence doesn't understand that this is to make him stronger, then maybe he doesn't deserve to be the Lord of Pestilence anymore.
Careful, Pandemus. You speak things into existence here, and it can happen.
I understand.
If you do wish to follow a god, if your current god does reject you, fight against you, there is one that you can seek out that has a similar goal to us and a similar path.
What is that name?
Alona, mother of misery. She hates Inkabolas, and he hates her. They are twin siblings, sharing one domain.
That is most troublesome.
We will leave you to sleep, Pandemus. Think on it, because he
Much
will
like
know
I had.
once you devour the first body.
Understood.
And then we cut away to Xerix.
Oh my god.
Pandemus, we're just gonna leave you with that, okay? You have a great rest. It's Pandemus, we know we just kind of blew up your church and temple. Just think on that. Anyway, Xerix, as we cut over to you, as you dream, and as Pandemus and William sleep, you feel your heart begin to beat heavy. Your hands itch and tingle for that delirium cluster. What would you like to do?
The big one? The big red
The-
one, dude?
I mean, why would it be anything else?
Well, there's 2 other clusters in there.
But not nearly one as big.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I've already done red, like... I'm pretty sure I'll literally implode if
Well, this is bright
try-
orange.
That's true. That's the same on my...
It
color
is.
spectrum.
It is.
We're not gonna get the big chunk out,
Okay.
but let's get 1 shard of every kind besides the 3 I've already done out.
Okay. You do.
And then my purple, like my pure piece.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do the same thing we did with the 3, but with all the rest of them. We're gonna try and have access to all kinds of breath, quote unquote.
As you pull these out and set them in front of you, you feel them resonate with you. Your own gem dragon nature resonating with these gemstones, basically. As you look at them and they reflect back to you. Are you trying to absorb them or just feel them?
No, we're gonna try and absorb them.
Okay. Roll me a charisma save on the first one. And which color would you like for that one?
Let me pull my colors up real quick, sorry.
No problem. I think you have
Unfortunately,
fine. You have invocation, abjuration, and I believe divination inside of you already.
Yep. Let's do conjuration.
A purple or teal one. I believe this one is teal colored.
Okay.
As you focus on it, and you hold it in your hand, and it begins to meld into your hand begins to burn and ache and hurt. You look at your hand, and you see it being split, your hand being split in space by 2 different teleportations at the same time as the shard disappears in. And as it goes down your arm, you can feel each and every muscle fiber being split into 2 as it is being forced to teleport by this conjuration shard. Where it's being teleported to, you're not sure. You see another arm begin to stick out of your broken, deformed arm and begin to grow out, as if conjuring another arm from the broken one. And you see that one split and begin to do the same thing. And you can feel the pain off of that one as well, as it's being pulled into you. The pain is so great, so strong. I need you to roll a con save to not yell.
19.
You hold your mouth shut. You bite down hard, keeping yourself from yelling or screaming. And as it goes down your body, you take 20 points of force damage.
Ow.
Okay. And your arm snaps back. You can see every bone, muscle, and just fiber sort of like stitch itself back together as the spatial distortion ends. And you have, for the most part, successfully restored and absorbed the conjuration shard.
Well, we didn't die, so I guess next is enchantment.
Okay. This one is a soft lavender color. As you begin to focus on it, roll me a charisma saving throw.
21.
As this one is absorbed into your hand, it sort of like begins to float out of your hand a little bit, and it slams into your face, splitting into 1,000 shards that go into every direction. Your mind's eye opens, and you look up into the sky, and the aura around the entire planet begins to fade as you are looking at the worm itself, looking back at you, and you see 1,000 eyes, and you are seeing through each and every eye as your own mind's eye is being ripped through each and every one of their eyes. You are then pulled from the worm, and you see the weave off in the distance, this ever-glowing sunrise that never stops. And as you are pulled toward it faster and faster, you can see every stitch, every knot. It's when you see it, you can see breath, you see its color, you see its ferocity. The weave itself is made to hold and contain something alive within it. You're not sure what that alive thing is, but you also notice that what's being used as the material isn't just magic. They're using breath as the strands in the weave.
Oh, shit.
And you are instantly pulled back, slamming back into your body. I need a Constitution saving throw, please.
12.
You take another 20 force damage.
Are you halving this before you tell it to me?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, we're not dead yet.
Okay.
We've already done evocation. I guess we're on illusion then.
You pull out an
I'm
iridescent.
excited for this one.
You pull out
a
an
character. I'm very excited for this one.
As you pull out the iridescent illusion shard, you hold it in your hand. Second. You begin to see a floating amorphous crystal that flickers between bright light and opalescent hues, a deep shadowy violet as two realities are colliding inside of it, its surface constantly rippling like water reflecting on different skies. I need you to go ahead and roll me an Arcana or a Charisma save.
24.
Okay. as you hold the iridescent delirium shard, the pale purple, and the other colors coming through, its surface ripples like oil on water, vibrant shifting hues sliding beneath a sheen of shadowy violet. For a breathless moment, it's like holding a memory of a dream too vivid to be real. Then it shudders in your grasp. The shard doesn't burst, it slips, like it's falling through dimensions, phasing halfway into your chest, halfway into your mind. A single tone echoes through your soul. Not a sound, but a feeling of 1,000 whispered lies agreeing with one another. As the shard attempts to overwrite your identity with falsehoods, the fragment of lives that never existed, illusions that once deceived gods, Zarek's will flares outward like a sun behind a mask. Instead of being consumed by illusion, it bends. Where other minds might fracture, Zarek's, yours commands. What's your command to illusion? Or do you want one of your other selves to say the command?
Sure.
You hear another Zarek doing the exact same thing as you say, I decide what is real. Reality splits, not violently, but like a curtain being drawn in the stillness that follows. 3 reflections of Zarek step out of him. Perfect, but subtly wrong. One smiles a little too wide. One eye shimmers with galaxy. One has no shadow at all. They all speak in unison, soft, layered whisper. We are what they think you are, but you are what they fear you might become. Xerix, you inhale sharply. Shard melts into you, its color draining into your veins like ink, like into water. Your skin briefly flickers with phantom images, past possibilities, lies, and then finally you stabilize. Your mind is pulled back. You sort of hold yourself steady, and you can still hear those 3 reflections in your head. They're there now. Permanent.
Oh boy. I'm sure that will be a problem. Alright. We got 2 more.
Which one do you do? As you
What's
feel your
take next?
as you feel your power growing within you, and as you attempt to grab the next one,
Having fun, are we? You're glowing like a fire in the sky.
It is fun.
Isn't it? Think about the gods you can make fall down to your presence.
Oh, I don't know about all that.
Did you not just hear what the sandy guy told you?
I did hear the sandy guy, yes.
Breath is a powerful weapon, and one that we have access to.
We, me, because of me, or we, because you already have access to it?
We have many wizards as one. We just can't reach delirium. So we cannot replenish our breath.
Hold on, I have to open my notes app. Okay. Good to know. Yeah, I'm having quite a good time. I've got 2 more left and I haven't exploded, so we're gonna see if we can finish it out.
I would love to see what happens. I just hope you don't become a Niffin.
Oh yeah, me too. That would be truly unfortunate. I really don't want to turn into a exploding ruby man. Elben will blow me up for fucking sure.
Would you like to know something that you did before? You take the last 2 and probably are lost to whatever magic or drunken high power that you're torn into.
Sure.
You didn't kill the Niffin. You didn't even banish him to another part of this plane. You set him free. How does that make you feel? He's not even on this side of the weave anymore.
Unfortunately, not that surprised. He seemed way too eager to die once everything started happening.
That's an idea. You can just absorb those last 2. Let's just say that can't happen to you.
That I won't explode and get shot to the other side?
Or you will explode and get shot to the other side. By the way, you get what you want.
I don't know about that. I'm not trying to get shot out anywhere. Not without everybody else.
Then you need to keep absorbing more. Become more delirium infused than that Niffin was. Enough to become a stabilized game.
Stabilized. Interesting. Okay.
Or we could tell you where a gate of delirium is. If you think you're strong enough to activate it and absorb it.
I doubt that, honestly.
That's okay. You probably wouldn't have made the journey anyway. The Forsaken would have killed you. It protects the gate. Doesn't want anyone activating them and accidentally letting us free. But that's a way
I thought you
out.
couldn't be set free without the other 2 gods going down. Does the
So
gate
that
let
shit.
you navigate that?
We can't fully be free, but as long as the gate is open, it's like a doorway into someone's house. We can step 1 foot in and 1 foot out. As long as the gate is open.
Interesting. So that's a nice middle ground for you. It gets you halfway to where you want to be without.
And it
all
gives
the
you
work.
a direct path out. It's a gate for everyone.
Where's it at?
In the Fallen City,
Okay.
far beyond the mountains of Mizobrans.
This brand's far away as it is.
Yes, and the city's even farther. You'll have to travel through the unclaimed plains and all of the biomes between. Especially now that the dreams have fallen into reality. That's where the majority of them fell.
Okay.
But you will see some familiar faces.
So if I can find this portal, I can get everyone, including you, out.
Of course, that's what a gate is for.
Okay. Interesting.
I'm so glad we're back to being trustworthy with one another.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate the help. Are you telling me I shouldn't absorb these last two or I'm gonna explode? Is that like guaranteed to happen?
You know, you won't explode as long as you don't mess up too badly. But,
Oh god.
as I said, you're like a fire in the sky. Right now, if I can see that, what can see you on the same plane that you're sitting on?
Who knows? Honestly.
But if you think you're strong enough for whatever comes at you, I'll be excited to see it.
Well, it's gotta be coming at me by now anyway if I'm already glowing, right?
You'd be surprised how many other things are glowing around you now that the dreams are no longer happening. And how many other things are fighting for survival right now.
Interesting. Okay. We'll see what happens, I guess.
Goodbye, my love.
Hmm.
Okay, what's the next one?
Oh man. I don't know. I don't know if I do the other two or not.
You let me know.
I don't want to get shunted out and leave my boy Pandemus, bro. He'll be all sticky by himself.
You gotta have necromancy and transmutation.
Let's do transmutation next.
Not necromancy?
No, we'll do that one last.
Okay.
That one scares me.
It does. Roll me a charisma save.
Oh boy.
This is the 7th shard.
I know. 20.
A little bit less.
A little bit.
As your body begins to subtly reshape itself, muscles tighten with arcane tension. Your blood shimmers like liquid copper under your skin. You begin to expand. As you absorb the transmutation delirium shard, its surface seems to glow like a molten gold and copper, flickering with shifting runes, as if the very laws of alchemy are being bent in your hand. The shard vibrates like an arcane clockwork mechanism, aligning reality with the raw potential for change. For a moment, you feel the weight of untold possibilities. Your body, magic, even soul, ready to be reshaped, for better or worse.
Oh god.
But before the full power takes hold, a sudden surge of illusion, for self-doubt claws into your mind. It's a creeping whisper of the iridescent shard, still lurking in the psyche, the flickering of falsehoods, self-deception, and fear. With a 20, the shard pulses with power as illusion wraps your mind, Zarek, like a suffocating fog. The visions distort, shapes bending into visions of yourself. The reflections of morality, hope, and the hollow shift. They're not just figments anymore, but living doubts clawing at the sense of self that your now prideful draconic form is now feeling. However, Zarek tightens his grip on your will, and the whispering illusions momentarily still by the strength of your mind. With a mental snare, you sweep them away, refusing to succumb to their falsity, if you truly still believe that they're false.
Absolutely.
A glimmer, as your willpower manifests, instead of being consumed by the fractured self of illusions that you still believe are fake, Zarek, you take command. The distortions twist around you, but as time they bend to your will, reflecting your mastery over change and reality. For a brief moment, your reflection warps into a perfect amalgamation of your true self. No lies, no fears, just the raw essence of Zarek's as he truly is. His form flickers, alternating between his true visage and illusionary selves, showing him as both the man you've become and the man you fear becoming, but in perfect balance. Your eyes glimmer with a deep prismatic light, emanating a radiance that seems to bleed into the air. And that instant, your abilities seem to be enhanced. Illusions are no longer deceiving, they serve. Whether they are part of your words, your spells, or your presence, they are now perceived as intentional, drawing others into your controlled reality. The effect ripples through your body, and for a heartbeat feels untouchable, like the very air around you is being remade at your command, and self-doubt or falsehood is but a tool to be disposed. Make a con save for me.
19. 19.
As this ends, you begin to see slow cracks along the skin as it begins to split you like a molten shell, veins pulsing with shimmering gold that rises from within, glowing as though laced with liquid metal. The muscles tense unnaturally, stretching and elongating as if your body was both melting and reforming at once. The transformation is brutal. Your hands elongate, fingers twisting and splitting into intricate shapes like iron wire, stretching to impossible angles. Your legs ripple and twist, bones shattering shifting beneath the skin, growing unnaturally long, then snapping back in a disjointed motion, almost as if they were being pulled by invisible forces before snapping into grotesque, distorted shapes. Your spine begins to arch backward, the vertebrae clicking unnaturally with a metallic sound. Your back bulges as though gears are grinding into them, reshaping your very structure into something far more mechanical than organic. You feel your wings being split into 4 different directions as they are held off of you. Your eyes swirl with gold and copper, shifting like liquid metal until the irises are consumed entirely by a reflective mirror that when your eyes look out, they can only see their own reflection from the light passing through their eyes. You cannot see anything else beyond your own eyes' reflection. Like a ticking clock that's lost its rhythm, sending waves of disorienting energy through your body. Where there was once flesh is now a metal organic matter and strange runic alloy, as though his forms were both alive and machine. His face warps like a strange approximation of yourself, now unrecognizable. Features that meld and shift in grotesque mockery of your previous self. A once sharp jawline fades into a smooth surface with metallic plates forming over your skin. Some areas sleek and polished where others are jagged. In your reflections, Eric sees not only a distorted version of himself, but an almost finished machine, being stuck between life and fabrication, constantly reshaping itself every second more alien than alive. You see one arm is a twisted amalgamation of metal plates, runes, and flesh, consistently reshaping itself like an arm of liquid metal that hardens into jagged edges and then reforms. A chest, a fusion of earth and copper, crackling with alchemical energy that rises from beneath its skin like a furnace, burning with power of transformation itself. The legs are part bone, part alloy, with exposed joints that flicker between human and mechanical. The metallic segments grind together with unnatural screeches, sending sparks across the body. You can see where chunks of flesh and muscle are seen next to the gears that they are grinded against, as some of the metal gets pulled in and wrapped around the gear in a spider web like fashion, as you see nerve endings begin to grow around the gears, so you can even feel the movement of the gears in your own body. As this transition reaches your peak, your mind rebels. The feeling of losing your identity and the sheer unnaturalness of the changes sends shockwaves of sheer panic through your thoughts. This is no longer a gift of enhancement, but a monstrous distortion of self. You feel this consciousness stretching and warping in real time, trying to understand what you have become part of, or maybe you are. Every part of your body screams with the sensation of being torn apart and rebuilt at the same time. Bones creak and groan, metal and flesh battling for dominance. Your eyes flicker from gold, copper to black, unable to focus. Eventually, the transformation stabilizes, leaving Xerix in this grotesque form. And as you stand there, looking at your body, seeing your metallic visage of yourself, you hold your eyes shut, hoping it's just a dream. And everything's back to normal. None of that happened.
Holy shit. My god.
Or at least, it did not happen to this Xerax.
Jesus, take the wheel.
This Xerix was spared that transformation.
Well, God, I don't even know if I want to do the last one now. Alright, floor it. Let's see if I get exploded.
Okay.
Oh boy. See you next character sheet, Tyler.
Funny thing is, he's not even here right now.
Oh god, I'm alone.
You've been alone since you took the seventh one.
Yeah, of course. Dude, something crazy.
Roll me a charisma save. Roll me a charisma save.
Q's gonna come back, and I'm gonna be like, this is your fault, bro. You weren't here. We're gonna lucky that.
Okay.
That's a little better, 24.
I'm gonna so rebarbs that.
What?
Yep.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that means I reroll it, right?
Yep, you take the lower.
24 then.
Okay, you're very lucky.
Oh my god. What the fuck's going on here, buddy?
Okay. Ready for this one?
No.
Hey,
Let's
well,
do
I am.
it. Yeah.
As you begin to absorb the 8th and final delirium shard of a different type of magic, you feel an ominous icy chill sink up your body. The temperature around you begins to plummet, as though your very essence of death itself has been awakened. The shard, dull and a sickly pale in your hands, pulses with a malignant force. Its surface flickering between shades of gray and sickly green, like a shifting shadows of death itself. As the power of the shard seeps into you, you feel your heartbeat slow, your blood grow colder, your senses sharper, in a way that mimics a transition to undeath. A greenish glow from the shard begins to infuse into your veins, swirling like a toxic mist, as if the very life force within you is beginning to twist it and siphon. For a brief moment, a brief instant, your vision warps, misty mist of decay that has begun to curl around you like death's cold breath shimmer, and feels your own will, sense of self stand defiant against it. The shard's necrotic influence, its sickly glow, tries to invade your very being, warping itself around your mind like ghostly chains. But Xerix will shine through like a beacon, his connection to life more firmly anchored than the shard's pull. With every part of his being, both living and undead, tugging in a different direction, the cold, the chill of decay, the weight of something darker. But your power, your inner strength, it isn't just outward resistance. It is a defiance deep within your soul that you do not want to die yet. Instead of succumbing to the full embrace of the necromancy, the illusions of undeath shatter before you. Reflections that had begun to turn gray and sickly pale and devoid of warmth now warp in flickers of different directions. The image of a twisted corpse begins to refract, breaking into multiple reflections, each representing a different fate. The faceless echo. One reflection of Xerix, a soulless, faithless wraith. A husk of shadow and bone with no humanity and remains. This is a path of complete surrender to death's grip, a shell without purpose. The undying monarch, another reflection of Xerix, a dark lord risen from the undeath, bathed in a sickly light of necromantic power. His features are sharper, his eyes glowing with a green fire that burns brighter than any mortal flame. In this illusion he commands an army of dead, a being of immense unholy strength. The resurrected sage, the final reflection, the fleeting image of Xerix as a being of balance, not but dead, a specter who walks between the realms of life and death. A form is translucent, his bones flickering with the same green glow, yet his eyes are full of life, his spirit unbroken. In this form you seek wisdom and understanding, choosing to guide those lost in the shadows of the dead rather than succumb to them. Each of these represents a potential future that could be unfolding, reflecting the fragment's nature of his existence, the shard's influence seeming instant, urging him towards one of these paths. But with your own will, you break their hold. The reflections fade, and for a moment Xerix stands firmly in the present, his mind untouched by necromantic illusion. As you begin to finally reach the final ends of the mental augmentation of the necromancy delirium shard, your energy begins to seep within him. Your body shudders into icy tremors and influence of death and decay and undeath coils around you like cold, suffocating fog. Muscles tighten unnaturally, and the senses visceral, like something ancient, something wrong, is forcibly rewriting your very being. A sickly green glow of the shard pulses through your veins, radiating from the center of your chest and spreading outward like a corruption, slowly twisting and reshaping you. Flesh and bones begin to deteriorate. Xerix's skin begins to turn ashen, become taut and stretch, losing its living warmth. The texture of your flesh begins to change, glowing thin and as if paper, and your body begins to be drained of vitality. Cracks begin to appear across your arms and legs, revealing hints of bone underneath, as if skin just falling off with the flick of a touch. Eyes flicker between life and death. Xerix's eyes, once full of vibrant cosmic energy, now flicks between sickly gray and green, the pupils elongated like those creatures from a grave, flickering in and out of focus as shard corrupts your sight. In a moment of clarity, your eyes briefly resemble those of the undead, empty sockets filled with only cold, glowing light of decay. With every breath you intake, Xeric, a mist exhales from your chest, a vapor that seems to freeze the air around you. Your final breaths, your chill of death, a sudden feel of urge to not exhale air but exhale death, releasing the very essence of rot and disease. For every time you breathe in, trying to gain more life, the more you breathe out is more of your own death and decay. the sound of crumbling, your bones groan in protest, shifting and reforming under the pressure of just your body sitting. They feel brittle as though marrow within them, as slowly turning to ash. You hear cracking and crunching of your own skeletal structure, but it's not just a sound as if the bones were decaying into dust. Your body doesn't collapse under the strain, but as it goes through, your flesh begins to hollow out, leaving you suspended in a state of decay, neither dead nor alive. Your muscles and tendons, ligaments wrap in a grotesque way, twisting and shifting as if being pulled by unseen forces. Your body takes on a twisted, misshapen form, elongating and bending into unnatural angles. Once elegant shape of a dragonborn form is now disfigured into his once glorious draconic features, slightly warped. Jagged scales burst from your body in erratic angles, some appearing in patterns that resemble the shape of a tattered, decayed wings, others twisting like broken bones that could never be healed. Your tail becomes longer but brittle, like a spine that's been left out to wither over the centuries. And as you begin to try to stand up and move, you begin to look at your body breaking apart, as if just the very gravity that's being placed on your body is enough to suffocate and crush you. And as you shut your eyes and hope that this is nothing but a dream, you open them and nothing happened at all.
Jesus, take the wheel. Well,
Xerix, you take 44 points of necrotic damage.
oh boy. Okay.
What does that
did
put
not
you at?
feel good. 10.
Okay. And then 35 points of force damage. I'm just kidding.
Oh no.
That's it.
All right, we made it through.
You feel this power flowing through you, a connection to something you thought you lost a long time ago. But when you breathe in, there's almost like a second breath just underneath your main breath of air. You feel like you're breathing something in.
Is it magic?
What would you like to do?
I don't know.
Yes,
I
brother.
didn't-
What would you like to do?
I didn't think I'd get this far, meme.
Sorry, I'm back. I had to let my dogs out.
Oh, you're okay. Let's I don't know. Let's try and dude, let's try and summon Estrevius, bro. Where's he at? We haven't seen him for a while. Where's the kitty cat?
Oh, you gotta do the. Pss, 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 pss.
You do the pss, 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 pss.
Yeah, dragon
do-
style. I don't know what that sounds like from a reptile, but
Oh my god.
Reptilian hiss.
As you sort of call out to Estrevius, you begin to see something appear behind you. A very large rift between time and space begins to open. It begins to get pulled. You see hands ripping open the portal from your side, as if those hands were appearing on your side. And you begin to notice that each and every one of those hands resembles your own. As you begin to rip open this portal, you see stepping through huge cat. Similar to Estrevius, it is a sphinx, but much stronger and older. As you see a sphinx of lore appear.
Oh my. That is badass. Hello.
Hello.
I'm not positive that you're exactly who I was trying to call upon. I apologize.
I am Astrovis, the lore keeper.
Okay, you are a much older version of whom I was trying to call upon then.
You're a much weaker version of the master that calls upon me.
That tracks.
shit. Oh shit.
Ah, yeah, right? Goddamn. Yeah, he's sassy. Well, I apologize for unintentionally calling upon you. I did not mean to disturb you.
It is okay. Would you like me to leave?
No, you're welcome to stay if you want to, but if you have your own duties or such, I understand you have quite an impressive title.
You are my master. Do you wish for me to do something?
No, I don't think so. I just hadn't seen you for a while, so I figured I'd pull you
Back
out of the
away,
pocket
disease
dimension.
boy, or I will purify you in an instant.
Um,
Sorry. You're just so majestic now.
Yes, I know.
I just wanted a closer look.
No. You see it outstretch his wings, and he kind of does the cat thing where, like, he bends his hind quarters up and does the cat stretch. And you see his claws come out huge. Very sharp
short
claws.
swords.
Like, literally, his back hind claws are probably the size of, like, I would say almost long swords.
Damn.
As he pulls them back in. I shall sleep now.
Okay.
He curls up into a ball and begins to sleep.
Tyler, I don't know how much you were present for, but I may have absorbed one of every delirium shard now. And then when I
Absorbed one?
One of every.
kind now.
Oh, all the different types?
Yeah.
Pandemus.
Interesting.
As you look at Xerix facing his familiar that he just summoned, you notice his crystalline scales look a bit more reflective in the firelight.
A little shimmer.
A bit. That's it.
Can I hit him with the vision?
Yeah, if you want. You're kind of awake, like, you guys kind of wake up at, like, the last, like, hour of, like, a long rest, basically. Even though Pandemus, you don't have to sleep.
Yeah, I'm just staring at that cat since I can't touch it.
That
I
cat
look
is
like
also...
shit, by the way.
Yeah.
Even though we just took a long rest.
I know he's a sphinx.
I'm almost incapacitated.
The Sphinx is gonna walk up to you, Xerix, and say, I have rested. What do you need from me?
I don't believe I needed anything specific. Could you tell me about your normal me that summons you?
We live in the high mountains, looking over a sea of stars and planets.
Didn't mean to do that.
Excellent.
You're bleeding.
Me?
Yes.
Yeah, but I had a rough night.
It walks over and kind of nudges into you and purrs, and as it does, you see a portal open, and as it leaves, all of your wounds are fully healed.
Holy shit.
Healing touch.
Well,
Cure wound scales of sorts. Very magical. That was awesome.
You still feel power flowing through of you. That maybe felt like a grain of sand in the ocean that you currently have flowing through you.
Holy shit.
What would you like to do?
I don't know.
You finally see William get up. Oh, it felt nice to sleep without a dream. Finally.
Must be well rested.
Wonderfully. Ah, I see your breath has returned to you. Fully. Perfect. You can do what I can do now. Anything.
Oh my. The
Do the
possibility
roar.
almost overwhelming.
Do the roar.
Well, Pandemus, did you say you had something you needed to tell me about? Does it feel like I need to like disperse this power, or is it just something that is coursing through me? Like,
It is just coursing through you. You don't know how it's going to affect anything that you do until it goes away.
okay. Will I get some kind of feeling if it's about to dissipate on me?
I will tell you this, it only feels like it dissipates when you actively are using magic. Or like a magical ability. Until then, it's just inside of you.
Alright, I'll let
It
Pandemus
feels
fill me in
like
on whatever he wanted to.
when those motes flow around in your stomach, it feels like those, but it kind of is like this gushy feeling that's all over you, all encompassing.
Okay. Did you say you wanted to tell me about your dream there, Pandemus?
Yes, Pandemus. What dream did you want to tell him?
The ones before, allegedly, before me, came to me in my dream, and they mentioned that they had failed, and that there had been many before me that failed, and that the mission that I'm on is doomed to fail as well. That we all carry fragments of a bigger piece that was meant for a greater purpose, but it's been perverted by the very God that I serve. And I need to find a place called Hemorrhage Cliff.
Okay. What do you need there?
To consume the body of my fellow brothers.
Yes. One of the divine pieces remains in the corpse of one of my fallen brothers.
Well, we need to find the other two machine gods anyway. I'm sure that we can absolutely stop by Hemorrhage Cliff. I'll kind of look over at Dusty and ask him if that name means anything to him.
You heard of such a place?
Where William sort of stands up and says, "Shall we move?"
the place he just asked about, or?
The cliffs.
Or to a town. Now that I've had time to rest, I can connect to other versions of me, other mist and sands of me. I was able to connect with them. I know where a nearby town is.
Christian, before we go to a town, can
Mhm.
I get a little more elaborate description on what
Yeah.
exactly this intimidating presence is I radiate now?
Oh yeah. So intimidating presence is a dragon feature that dragons have access to. You can sort of turn it off or on whenever you want, and it makes creatures within a certain area have to roll a wisdom save, to basically be intimidated, frightened of you.
Okay, right on.
It's like something barbarians can do, but you can do it because dragons can do it.
Okay, so but I can shut it off then. I don't have to be. Okay.
Yeah.
Right on.
Damn, Zerk, you scary.
Oh,
I
you're not so scary now.
I did get a little more dragony.
You look at
What do
him
you-
now, Xerix, in the sunlight. There's a bit more muscle on him. He's a bit taller. His tail's a bit longer. His wings are a little bit more outstretched.
You're turning into a fine specimen.
it
Your
feels.
people would be proud.
You feel
It
more
feels-
Can I
teeth in
say
your
that?
mouth.
That's not racist, is it?
You feel more teeth in your mouth. Sharper.
Oh. I wonder if I'll even need weapons soon. I'll just kind of flex my big claws.
As you do that, you see razor sharp claws come out of your hands,
Oh shit,
and then they retract back.
that's new. They used to just kind of always be there, but they were just kind of fingernails, not actual claws. Okay. I'll keep that in mind if I have to fight something.
How do you feel about gold right now? Do you want to make a big pile of it somewhere?
Gold is not your
Gold.
choice. Gold is not your preferred choice of loot to hoard.
Let me see.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is gonna be for like Pandemus's basic knowledge of
Dragons.
Yes,
Yeah, gold's not my thing. I got a little bit of gold. Do you
It's
need
mid.
some gold?
it's about what you'd expect.
You see Pandemus like drop a couple gold pieces in front of him, and he's just like, "Pick it up, boy.
Disgusting.
You gonna pick it up?"
Do you drop some gold?
Oh, apologies.
He picks it up and like specifically holds his hand out to you, just waiting to see if you do anything.
Any reaction?
I don't know if I still have eyebrows, but I definitely got like one eyebrow up. Like, what?
He slowly puts it away into his meat pocket.
Oh no!
Not the meat pocket.
Even Pandemus said no, please.
Yeah, he just opens one of the folds on his body and just puts it in there and closes it.
Well, would you like to visit a town before we go towards the cliffs, you think? Do you need anything?
That's fine. We can head to the town.
I don't really need anything. If you don't need to go to town, we don't have to.
It might not hurt to maybe find a way to get like maybe a little more healing potions. Or let's see, what was the other? Sorry,
Oh, you're okay.
I'm going through my notes.
Hey, Dusty, is there any of the
Ingredients for poisons and such is what I haven't really had too much of a chance to prepare poisons.
I wouldn't
I have a
mind
few.
killing one of those farm realm creatures either at some point.
I also would like to
Basically
get
any of
like a few just empty vials so I think I have
Oh, you have
Unless
a couple.
Christian,
You
like,
have empty. You have
specific.
You have empty potion vials.
I was gonna say, unless specifically you want me to have the ingredients for it, but per what the perk says, it says with an well, I guess this balances it out. An hour work and 50 GP, I create 3 doses of a poison.
Yeah, if you just want to spend it, but I will say, like, you can take your time to gather some materials.
I did. I don't know if you
Oh,
remember.
what
I
about-
have 3 bright mushrooms and 3
Mm-hmm.
dark mushrooms that I collected before.
Yeah, the bright ones were the poisonous ones. The dark ones were the medicinal ones. Which ones do you want to brew?
Poison ones.
Okay. Go ahead and add to your notes that the poison you brew seems extremely potent and can be used to either coat items or you can throw it onto something. I won't say what the damage is until you do it. And you make 3 of them. And you can take 50 gold pieces out of your inventory.
Was it 1 mushroom per potion?
Yes.
Gotcha. That is fair.
But if you brew more, if you brew more than 1 in 1 potion, it could make a more potent poison.
Ah.
So I'll leave that up to you.
3 average poisons, because they have their own effect technically, unless you have an effect you're going to add to them.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Okay.
Okay, William, I think we will stop at a town if you can get us there before we go to the cliffs.
Yes. I'm seeing the nearby town is called Hollow Mist.
Oh, God.
Have you been there?
If it's anything like the Hollow Mist from the Dream World, we should probably be careful, like teleporting in there.
We would have to walk there.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. That's okay.
Understood. Well, we shall get moving then.
Am I strong enough to carry Pandemus?
Would you like to try to carry Pandemus?
Yeah. If he doesn't mind.
Might be a little slippery.
Do you
That's okay.
make me a strength check?
Oh, that's a natural 1, so no, I'm not.
Your arm
A little
breaks.
slippery.
My arm
No,
God,
yeah,
it's so
nothing.
heavy.
Yeah, no, he kind of just slides out of your hands.
Alright, we'll just follow Dusty.
I carry Xerix.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
Pretty easily, actually,
Yeah.
because of how strong you are. As you begin to walk and follow Dusty, you see him eventually make it to here, and he's like, "It's wonderful being able to walk and breathe air. It's so nice to touch the ground. I'm just so happy."
What?
Stop! Don't go
You,
out there.
you see the ground beneath him gives out, and he just falls.
I'm gonna fly out over the hole.
Oh yeah.
Look down. I have
You-
240 feet of dark vision.
As you fly out and look, you see him falling and looking up at you, and it's just a massive cave. Massive mouth of a cave.
How far away from me is he right now, Bullet?
Yell for him.
You see he's about 60 feet from you.
Okay, so if I dash, can I try and grab him?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'll do. I'll dash and try and grab him and stop him from smashing into the ground. I don't know how sturdy his body, quote unquote, is.
As you do that, you don't have to dash. As soon as you take 1 stroke of your wings, you're 80 feet down.
What the?
Damn.
You pass him.
Zootin'.
Oh, gosh. I guess I'll like catch him then instead of grab him.
Oh,
Oh my.
hello.
Do you
Should
know
the
where we're at?
ground normally be giving out like this?
No, it looks like you found a cave of some kind.
Ah. Shall we see where it leads?
Well, I have to go back up for Pandemus, but yeah, I think we can
Tell
probably
him
do
to
that.
jump down. We have breath.
Okay. Pandemus, jump in the hole!
What do you do, Pandemus?
I trust Eric, so I would jump.
So Pandemus, as soon as you make it to right here, it just gives out. And you just begin to fall. You start hitting maximum velocity like before Dusty had even like gotten close to it. You are like 60 foot down, you're just max velocity. You just see Pandemus go past you and Dusty as you guys are just hovering there. He's like, ah. Shall we go after him?
Yeah, can you make sure he doesn't splat, please? And I'll, like, fly.
Do you know a spell that can stop that?
Yeah, Featherfall.
What does it
I don't know
do?
it personally, but it makes you fall like a feather.
Oh, Pandemus. And he breathes out, and he holds out his hand, and Pandemus, you become a clump of feathers.
Wow.
That begins to disassociate from one another and begin to just all fall in the same area, and like a swirling mass of feathers.
Wow.
Is that what it was?
Can you... If we can put him back, then that works. But
Don't
no.
make me a pillow. I don't.
I'm gonna like land next to the pile of feathers and and just like picture Pandemus in my head and flap my wings at the feathers and see if I can make him turn back into Pandemus.
As you breathe out, you feel breath take hold, and you see the feathers re-stitch themselves into a body, and you feel a good ounce of magic was used there.
That's fair. I made a body. Is it Pandemus? Is he back?
It is
being
fully
sticky and-
Pandemus.
Okay. Sorry. He took it a little too literal, but at least you didn't die from the fall.
And now let's move to the caves.
We could always go back up if you don't want to.
Is that what heaven's like?
Good answer that.
What is heaven?
I don't believe in it
Paradise.
anymore.
Paradise.
Interesting.
For souls. Oddly enough, not every
Tyler.
soul is welcomed in. Yep.
If you don't want to do the fucking caves, we don't have to. I know you're on the hunt for those bodies.
No, it's fine. We're here.
Do I have a
There's one in
fucking
the cave.
80-foot fly speed, Christian?
Yes.
Damn. I like the dripping cave sound effect.
Well, thank you. This is where you guys land, and this is about how far you guys can see.
Why does this look familiar?
Shall we continue?
Do you know where we're going?
I do not. But there's a way this way. Should we wait?
I'd say the Lord guides us, but I'm not so sure anymore.
Losing faith in gods?
Fickle thing.
All right, I guess we're following William.
Ah,
William Dustin.
this is a very fun place. The ground is squishy under my feet.
What?
Squishy ground.
You see he's stepping
Must
on just
be some-
mud.
Oh.
Hopefully it's just some soft dirt. I was just as scared as you, dude.
We're in fucking sanctuary.
As you head down, it is all revealed to you. As Sanctuary is revealed.
Motherfucker.
Oh my god.
And as you guys step into the city of Sanctuary, you are greeted by the Elder. Ah, hello. And I think that's where we're going to end it for tonight.
Right on.
Motherfucker. I fucking knew
Good
I recognized
cliffhanger.
that hallway.
Like, wait, I know this place.
I don't know if you heard me, but I literally said whenever he loaded the map, I was like, why does that look familiar?
Well, I think that's where we're going to stop it for tonight. Hope y'all enjoyed.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Shooketh.
He's fucking closing out the stream.